So we have some details on the two upcoming brand new UR units, UR ZETA Gundam and UR the O, alongside the brand new UR supporter ship, which is coming out soon for SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. What's up everybody, Fortexfiend here. Welcome to another video on SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. And in this video, we're going to ask the question, should you be pulling for UR ZETA Gundam, UR the O, and the brand new UR ship? So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into the details that we have so far. So the official X account for SD Gundam Eternal did release these slides, kind of like how they did it with Strike Freedom. As we can see right here, ZETA Gundam is going to be a limited time unit. For the series, they have it listed only for ZETA. However, the SSR version of this unit also has it listed down for the other series, for ZETA and Double ZETA. So I'm assuming this is going to have Double ZETA as well, because if it didn't, that would be kind of sad, because then you wouldn't be able to use it on like the eternal hard stage for ZETA and Double ZETA. So I'm assuming it also has the same series, but let me know what you guys think. So this is going to be an attacking type versus its SSR type, which was a supporter. And the custom weapon that we have a sneak peek of is the Wave Rider Charge EX. This is likely this unit's signature attack. It's going to be the first unit wielding a power of 5900 with a range of 4. So I was looking at the GG Eternal website to see which mobile suit is the closest match to this. And the closest one is going to be UR EZ8. So UR EZ8 has something similar to where the higher your HP, the more damage you deal to enemies. However, UR EZ8's base power is at 6200 at level 1. Versus this one is only at 5900. However, EZ8 only has a range of 3, whereas this one has a range of 4. So this one has a little bit of an easier time for positioning, so that way you can maximize your HP and maximize your damage. And because this unit is limited, I'm going to assume that the damage modifier for this, where your HP is higher, the more damage, is going to be higher than EZ8's, because EZ8 is around 17%, up to 17%, whereas this one, being a limited time unit, is probably going to be higher. It also states right here, it also has weapon effects. We don't know what those are, but I'm assuming one of them is going to be weapon damage null, which a lot of these special attacks tend to have. And then we'll see if there's another additional effect, because if they add, let's say, like increased critical damage, that would be amazing for this attacking type unit. But overall, I think this is a really, really cool unit. I'm thinking, besides its signature pilot that we're going to be talking about soon, you could probably run this with like a supporter pilot, for example. Like, I'm thinking off the top of my head, like Asuna, if you pull this unit and you haven't done, let's say, Expert Stage 1, which requires the UC series, you could put Asuna on this and have her use her supporting capabilities to be able to use support attacks, because that is a thing where you're actually using units of a particular type on a mobile suit that doesn't match their type, but actually benefits when you're strategizing for this particular hard stages. But overall, very, very solid unit. Better range compared to the EZ8, which is the closest example that I could compare this unit to. So this is our limited time unit, ZETA Gundam. All right, so we're going to take a look at its pilot, which is going to be Kamille. So Kamille is also going to be part of the same series. Makes sense. Again, I'm hoping that he's also going to be having the Double ZETA and the other ZETA as a part of the series, because it just wouldn't make sense if he didn't. But that's just what we see right here. He is also going to be limited time. So he's going to be the first attacking type character with an HP repair skill. And this, coincides with that attack that we just saw from his ZETA Gundam, where the more HP, the more damage. So this is going to be a fantastic pilot to have, in your pocket if you happen to pull this unit and his mobile suit, because he is the first attacking pilot to be able to restore 60% of health, which is huge. So that is a fantastic skill to have. I'm hoping he has maybe the skill where he could add +1 to his range, because right now we know that his unit's EX has a range of 4. So if he has the boost range +1, that'll make it easier for positioning as well. So I'm hoping he has that. Hoping he has the double chance step, because again, this is a limited time pilot. So once the banner leaves, you won't be able to pull him again until they decide to bring him back. But overall, very, very cool pilot. Fantastic recovery skill, so it gives him a lot of longevity and survivability. All right, we're going to take a look at the O, the UR version. So this is going to be our non-limited time unit. So the O is going to be a supporter type versus its other type that's free, which is a durability. It has the series of Zeta Gundam. However, again, I'm hoping that it does have the other ones, so that way there's a little bit more flexibility to be able to use this unit, such as, for example, hard mode, double Zeta stage, or even later on, if they do decide to give us expert mode for Zeta and double Zeta. It's going to be the first supporter unit under the Universal Century tag, featuring weapon effects inflict damage taken from beam weapons up to 25%. Now, that is supposedly at base, so at level 5, that should go up to 35%. So it looks like this is going to be the first UC series with that particular debuff. And then when your vigor is super high or and above, it can increase its attack and defense by 10%. So this is going to be fantastic too. So it has a little bit of survivability there. So I'm wondering what would happen if you actually ran this with a durability type pilot. I'm curious to see how it would perform, but that debuff is pretty nice. Again, at level 1, it's at 25%, and at level 5, it should go up to 25%, and it's the first one in the UC series. So I can see you running this not only in the hard Zeta and double Zeta stages, hopefully if it has that series tag, but also for the UC series Expert Stage 1. This would be a fantastic supporting type unit that you could run to be able to deal more damage and position your units and strategize accordingly when it comes to those harder stages. Next, we're going to take a look at its pilot. So this is Paptimums Scirocco. You guys helped me out with the pronunciation in the last video, so I appreciate that. He is a supporter type pilot. He has up to 2 support attacks and counter attacks, and he's the first ever pilot with the ability to increase attack when using a supporting attack. So he gets a 20% boost to his attack when he uses the support attack. So I can see this pilot having a lot of value. Let's say if you put him on an attacking type mobile suit, for example, let's say you put him on Sazabi, for example, or you put him on like a hard-hitting unit, like I'm thinking off the top of my head, like Exia, for example, or even Crossbones or Striker Gundam. Like you could use him for that because you don't have to necessarily match your pilots with the matching type. So that's really, really strong, that 20% boost, because I was looking at the other UR pilots that we currently have that are support. A lot of them have like, the energy one. I think they'd reduce the energy that they use or something like that. So he's going to be increasing his attack, which I think is great. I really like the pilot for this one, and it's cool that this pilot is not limited. So when both the O and Scirocco leave this banner, they're supposed to be added to the standard pool. So that is cool that this unit is not limited. And then the last thing that we're going to take a look at is going to be the warship, the UR supporter, Beltorchika, Irma, and Audhumla. I think I said that right. The tag in particular is going to be the Saikamu, and this particular ship increases stats by 25%. It also has the HP restoration instead of the energy restoration. So because this supporter is not limited versus the one that we just had, the stat increase is not as high because Lakis and the Eternal ship increase stats for the one-shot kill by 30% at base. This one is only 25 because it is a non-limited supporter. The tag is interesting. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking of some UR units that could work well with this tag. All the Zeta units pretty much have this. So if you pull this is a good option to use for the hard and some of the expert stages in Eternal Road. But I know that Sazabi has the Saikamu tag. I know that Unicorn has it. New Gundam has it. I believe Lesigne also has it. So there's some flexibility there in terms of like team compositions that you could think of. But I know like a majority of the development, SSR, Zeta, and Double Zeta also have the Saikamu tag. So this is a warship that you could definitely use alongside. So those are the details that we have for this particular banner. Now, should you be pulling on this banner is the question that a lot of players are going to ask. Again, if you are a whale, or if any of these are your favorites, you're going to pull. That's just the way it is, because in my opinion, favorites over meta. If you're enjoying the game, if you have your units that you're looking forward to, you're going to pull for your favorites. And if you're a whale, well, you're probably going to be pulling anyways. So if you're a whale or this is a favorite, you're going to pull. Now, if you are a free-to-play player or a light spender and you are on the fence, I always caution you guys to be spending a mass amount of your resources on these banners, because again, RNG is very finicky. You can have the most best luck ever and like get multiple copies or get the unit within 1 to 2 multis, or you could have extremely bad luck and have to pity. And the worst thing, especially for free to play, is you go all the way into this banner, you don't get what you want, or you end up pitying, and then something comes out later on, and it's much better, or it's actually a favorite unit that you like, and you have no resources. Because right now I know a big topic is the diamond economy. I do personally think the diamond economy can be improved. However, for free-to-play players, again, caution yourselves, be disciplined. The hard stages for Zeta and Double Zeta, I've done them on my free-to-play account with primarily development units. Okay, I recently just beat the hard stage for Zeta, and I used primarily free-to-play units, the development units. So if you're already able to do that, you probably don't need to pull on this banner at all. Okay, if you're able to do the hard mode Double Zeta with free units, which there are strats out there already. There's fantastic videos such as from SCat, who I always refer you to his videos because he has all those clears. Then you probably don't need to pull on this banner. If you're on the fence, if you're ever on the fence with these banners and you don't spend on the game and you're free to play, I'm always going to repeat myself and reiterate this to you guys. You should probably think twice before spending a ton of resources. If you want to throw in a multi or two, sure, why not? But you need to stop yourselves, especially if you burn all your resources and then regret it later on, and then you're going to have to spend your time either recollecting all those resources or using what you have or re-rolling, which if you're re-rolling since day one, I don't know what to say anymore other than maybe you should play another game, because right now you're just playing a slot machine at this point. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video for should you be pulling on UR Zeta Gundam and UR the O. Let me know what you guys think down below of the details that we received so far on this banner. I will be pulling on this banner on my Whale account live on my Twitch streams tonight upon the making of this video, because this banner should be going live, and then I will be doing a banner review after these units have come out, giving you guys more of a deep analysis of what I think of the units so far. But let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what your guys' thoughts and opinions are of what these units, these pilots, and the warships are able to do, and also what your pull plans are. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and stay blessed, everyone.